Did you just witness it live? What really happened between Jungkook and Taehyung that made both of them break down in tears while millions of armies were watching? Why did Jungkook's words hit so hard that Taehyung couldn't hold back anymore? Stay until the end. Share your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if your heart broke too. And don't forget to subscribe, because this moment will be remembered forever. Did you see it happen? 10 minutes ago, the entire BTS fandom froze. The air was thick with emotion, the screen shaking from the flood of hearts and comments. And there they were, Jungkook and Taehyung sitting side by side, faces heavy, eyes glistening, words trembling. It wasn't just another live. It wasn't planned. It wasn't polished. It was real, raw, and painfully honest. Jungkook's voice cracked before he could even finish his sentence, and Taehyung reached out, hand trembling, unable to hide the tears that followed. Armies everywhere felt it, that moment when silence screamed louder than words. What did Jungkook say that made Taehyung cry like that? What truth was finally too heavy to keep inside? For months, fans had sensed something deeper beneath the smiles and laughter, and tonight, everything seemed to unravel in front of millions. The live began casually. Jungkook greeted fans softly, saying he just wanted to talk, just the two of us, he said, looking at Taehyung with a quiet smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. Taehyung nodded, his expression serious, as if he already knew this wasn't going to be an easy conversation. The comments poured in, hearts, questions, armies begging to know if they were okay. Jungkook hesitated, took a breath, then looked directly into the camera. You know, he began, voice trembling slightly. Sometimes we say we're fine, even when we're not. The words hung in the air. Taehyung turned his gaze downward, his fingers interlocking tightly as if holding himself together. Then Jungkook continued, I didn't want to say this, but I feel like it's time. I can't hide it anymore. The silence that followed was suffocating. Armies watching around the world felt their hearts sink. Taehyung whispered softly, Kuka, trying to stop him, but Jungkook shook his head. Let me finish, he said with a small, broken smile. You've always been there for me. Even when I didn't say thank you. Even when I disappeared for days. Even when I said things I didn't mean. Taehyung's eyes glistened, his lips trembling as tears began to roll down. Why are you saying this now? He asked, voice cracking, almost inaudible. Jungkook took another deep breath. Because, he said, I don't want any misunderstandings between us anymore. Between me and you, between us and ARMY. They deserve to know that we're human too. In that instant, the world seemed to stop. Taehyung covered his face, shaking as Jungkook reached out, resting a hand on his shoulder. Don't cry, Hyung, Jungkook whispered, but his own tears betrayed him. The chat exploded. Armies crying, typing in all caps. What's happening? Are they okay? Say something, please. The two sat there in silence for nearly a full minute, the only sound being Taehyung's soft sobs and Jungkook's trembling breath. And then Jungkook said something no one expected. When we were apart, I realized how much you mean to me. Not just as a member, not just as a friend, but as someone who understands me when no one else can. Taehyung looked up, his face wet, his expression caught between disbelief and overwhelming emotion. You idiot, he muttered, trying to laugh but failing. You're going to make me cry even more. Jungkook smiled weakly. You already are, he said, wiping his own tears. The tension, the love, the honesty, it was too much for armies to handle. The live chat became a storm of broken hearts and comforting words. Some fans said they'd never seen them this vulnerable. Others begged them to stop crying, to smile again. But neither could. For the first time in a long time, they allowed themselves to be just Jungkook and Taehyung. Not idols, not global stars, but two friends who had weathered storms together and were finally letting the rain fall. As the minutes passed, Jungkook began to explain. There's been so much pressure lately, he admitted. We try to stay strong for everyone, but sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we fight. Sometimes we don't talk for days. But we always find our way back. Taehyung nodded silently. We've all been going through something, he added. But tonight, I just want ARMY to know that we're okay. We're healing. Together. His voice cracked again, but this time there was a small, genuine smile. The two sat closer now, Jungkook leaning slightly against Taehyung. The comments slowed, the hearts kept flowing. It was as if the entire fandom collectively exhaled, realizing they weren't witnessing a goodbye. They were witnessing a confession, a healing moment between two brothers who had grown up under the same lights, the same expectations, the same relentless spotlight. And yet, it wasn't just about them. It was about every word Jungkook said that hit like a wave to every army watching. You don't always have to pretend you're strong. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be honest. Fans later said that those words felt like he was talking directly to them, breaking the barrier between idol and fan, reminding everyone that even the strongest hearts need rest. As the live neared its end, Taehyung wiped his eyes and whispered, "Let's promise to keep being honest from now on. No more pretending." Jungkook nodded, eyes red but smiling. "Promise," he said softly. They held up their pinkies to the camera, sealing it like two kids who had just forgiven each other after a fight, simple, pure, real. When the live ended, armies were left in stunned silence. Social media exploded within seconds. Hashtags like #TaeKookLive, #JungkookCry, #WeLoveYou and #ProtectBTS trended worldwide. Fans shared clips, translations, theories, and their own tears. Some said it felt like watching two brothers finally heal. Others believed it hinted at deeper struggles within the group. But no matter what interpretation spread, one truth was undeniable. That night, BTS reminded the world what it means to be human. It's been only minutes, yet the echoes of that live linger in every heart that witnessed it. Maybe Jungkook and Taehyung didn't mean to turn the night into a confession, but destiny had other plans. Maybe the universe wanted armies to see that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. And maybe, just maybe, the words Jungkook spoke weren't just meant for Taehyung, but for everyone who's ever hidden behind a smile while carrying silent pain. As the replay of that live circulates endlessly online, you can still hear Jungkook's voice breaking mid-sentence, Taehyung's quiet sobs, and the unspoken love between them. It's a moment frozen in time, one that will stay etched in ARMY hearts forever. So now the question is, what did you feel when you watched it? Were you crying too? Did Jungkook's words hit you the same way they hit Taehyung? Let us know in the comments below. If you were one of those armies who couldn't hold back your tears, tap the like button, share this story with another army who needs to see it, and subscribe so you don't miss the next moment that shakes the entire fandom. Because when BTS speaks from the heart, the world listens, and tonight Jungkook and Taehyung spoke louder than ever. The moment the live ended, it didn't really end. The silence that followed felt heavier than the live itself. Millions of armies kept refreshing the app, hoping they'd come back, hoping for one more word, one more reassurance. But the screen stayed black, the kind of black that feels like the aftermath of a storm. Comments flooded other platforms instantly, hearts still pounding, tears still fresh. Fans couldn't believe what they had just witnessed. Some said their hands were shaking. Others admitted they had never cried this hard over a live before. Every replay, every second of that broadcast was analyzed, rewatched, and shared. Every tone in Jungkook's voice, every glance between them, every time Taehyung bit his lip to keep from sobbing. All of it became fragments of a moment that no one wanted to forget. It wasn't about gossip. It wasn't about speculation. It was about connection, the kind of bond that can only come from years of shared laughter, pain, and unspoken love. For the longest time, both Jungkook and Taehyung had been seen as the sunshine of BTS, playful, carefree, full of laughter. But tonight, that sunshine cracked just enough to show the storm underneath. The truth was, behind every joke and every smile, there were nights of exhaustion, doubt, and the kind of loneliness that fame can't fix. When Jungkook said, "I don't want to pretend anymore," it wasn't just a sentence, it was a confession from someone who's been trying to stay strong for everyone else for too long.